Ginger Baker wasn't merely a drummer, he was a living storm, a volatile genius who revolutionized rock percussion while battling relentless personal demons, rising to fame as the powerhouse behind Cream, alongside Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce. Baker fused jazz, African rhythms, and hard rock into an explosive, pioneering style that influenced generations. But behind the thunder of his drumming was a life marred by chaos, addiction, and emotional scars. Born in 1939 in South London and devastated by the loss of his father in World War II, Peter Edward Ginger Baker found solace in jazz, idolizing drummers like Phil Seaman. By the time Cream formed in 1966, Baker was already deep into heroin addiction, and while his technical brilliance was undeniable, his volatile temper often left him alienated. His relationship with bassist Jack Bruce was infamously combative, filled with bitter arguments and onstage tension. Despite Cream's meteoric success, the band collapsed after only 2 years, partly due to Baker's unpredictable behavior. He pushed forward musically, however, traveling to Nigeria in 1971 to collaborate with Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti, an ambitious move that led to the creation of a recording studio in Lagos and cemented Baker's reputation as a musical adventurer. Yet even amid innovation, his demons never relented. Failed marriages, estranged friendships, financial ruin, and deteriorating health marked the decades that followed. He battled chronic obstructive pulmonary disease after years of smoking and drug use, and in later life, Baker became increasingly reclusive and distrustful, often lashing out during interviews and living as though everyone were out to get him. The 2012 documentary Beware of Mr. Baker offered a brutally candid portrayal of this complex figure, highlighting both his unmatched talent and the emotional wreckage he left behind. In one unforgettable scene, Baker smashed a journalist's nose with a cane, just one symbol of his lifelong struggle to coexist with the world around him. By the time he died in 2019 at the age of 80, Baker's body had worn out, but his legend remained. He changed the landscape of rock drumming forever. Yet his personal life read like a cautionary tale, drenched in turmoil and tragedy. Ginger Baker was not the kind of star who burned out quietly. He lived loudly, furiously, and unapologetically, driven by a fierce need to be heard and understood, yet perpetually at war with himself and those closest to him. The real tragedy of Ginger Baker is not just in his physical decline or combative nature, it's in how a man so brilliantly gifted, so far ahead of his time, seemed incapable of finding peace. He remains one of rock's most compelling cautionary figures, remembered not just for his groundbreaking rhythms, but for the whirlwind life he lived, the pain he carried, and the emotional wreckage he left behind. Ginger Baker wasn't simply a drummer. He was the beat that refused to be tamed, the storm no one could quiet, and perhaps one of rock's most tragic legends.